This is In the Know for Tuesday, January 7th, the 7th day of 2025. There are 358 days left in the year. Good morning. MB guiding you through In the Know at K105. Live online at K105.com via the app. On Facebook, on YouTube, on a platform formerly known as Twitter, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. Been away for an extended time plus one bonus day, unintentionally. We'll look back on the holiday season. We'll look forward to 2025. We'll do that and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beach. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Okay.
George Papard on the old A-Team show, he was the colonel, and he had a catchphrase, I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah.
And it seems like maybe, at least for the moment, a plan has come together. I asked you this yesterday, but the world didn't hear it. How was your holiday season?
It was nice.
You're happy to get through it? You're happy to...
I'm so happy it's over.
We have a crawling grandson now.
Yes.
We have a grandson who has a tooth.
It's crazy.
That's a recent development, and so he's 8 months old now, and it was a joy to spend Christmas Day with him. So,
Yes, it was.
and looking forward to 2025. He is a five-time winner of the coveted Ohio Newshawk Award. He's a two-time silver nominee, covering every corner of the globe: London, Budapest, Rio, Tokyo, and even Litchfield. He's Sam Gormley, and the sports. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Good. I can actually hear you today. That's nice.
That is nice. I heard you briefly yesterday before at least our technical world went sideways. We were already limited yesterday. We were on 870. We were on 103.9. We were on the apps. We were at K105.com. But I think video was a struggle yesterday. 104.9 is having ice issues, but it's back on the air this morning. Well, it was on the air yesterday, but not very powerfully. So anyway, just dealing with the winter stuff that everybody's dealing with. Sam, did you have a good holiday?
Yeah, it was fine. It was busy, very busy, but no, pretty good.
We and for you, are you homebound? Have you been home for the last couple of days, or you've been able to venture out, or what do you do?
I could leave if I wanted to, but I have no relative interest in or need to leave. I mean, I'm stocked up on groceries and such, so there's no reason. I mean, I went outside for the first time yesterday afternoon because garbage day is today, so I had to de-ice my garbage can and break that open and bring it out front. But other than that, that's the first time I'd been outside.
So you're following the advice of the judge, executive, and the governor to stay home.
Yeah, if I don't have anywhere to be, why go anywhere at all? I mean, listen, the judge is a smart man. When the judge talks, you have to listen, right?
Don't be out joyriding on a day like today or days like today. We are still dealing with, now we're getting the cold temperatures to go along with the precipitation. The temperature has fallen even since earlier this morning, so getting cooler as we go, and will get cooler. The warming center that was established, I think, over the weekend or earlier in the week, certainly has been relocated. That was at the middle school originally, and I now think that's been moved to the armory. I think I heard Ken mention that earlier this morning, so resources are there if you need. I have not seen a most recent power outage update, but we were at about 250 early yesterday morning, but my guess is a lot of those are being resolved. We do have another round of winter storm coming on Friday. It will primarily be a snow event. We will talk about that more as we get closer to Friday, but our friends at WAVE have deemed it an alert day, maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow, and that'll be on top of the snow that we have, because if you look at the daily temperatures, we're not going to see temperatures that are conducive to very much convection. We may get a little sunshine tomorrow peeking through some of the clouds, and we know that it doesn't take very much sun to have an impact. And our temperature, our high, seeing the high for today. Actually, now the overnight low for us between the lakes tomorrow, probably 8. I know our friends at Wave have it listed as 2, and that's probably the case for the Louisville Metro, but not as low for us. I don't believe when I was looking at the hourly forecast, and specifically for our zip codes earlier this morning. I did see a note over the holiday that was kind of interesting relative to weather, but not to the weather we are having currently. Grayson County received more precipitation in 2024 than any other Kentucky county.
Wow.
I knew we got a lot, but I didn't realize that we were leading. We did have a lot of rain. We went through periods of rain. You want to take a stab at the month?
I should know this, but
Your landscaping project was delayed because of it. The month of May, we received almost 13 inches of rain in May alone.
I was going to guess the spring. We had a lot of spring sports canceled this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, interestingly enough, Harrison County, where our friend Chris Winkle lives, they had the least amount of precipitation. So I'm going to have to send him a text and give him a ha-ha, we had the most, ha-ha, you had the least. We are, of course, looking back and have been looking back over the break away for a couple of weeks and some of the big headlines. I was not surprised, but I was saddened to hear of President Carter's passing, the longest living American president. And so he earned his trip to the pearly gates, and what a faithful steward he was. Even he admitted that he had a better ex-presidency than he had presidency. He was a one-term president. A lot of dynamic things happened during that time. But he went on, just traveled around the world. I think visited like 76 countries. He was a pride of Plains, Georgia. He lay in repose yesterday down in Georgia, and then will be moving to our nation's capital, I believe, today as part of a 10-day farewell to our 39th president of the United States, Jimmy Carter. I know my aunt and uncle, Mary Lynn and Hub, had a chance to go to church service down in Plains where President Carter was the Sunday school teacher. And they have a picture of that, and I know it's a memory that they cherish, and I vicariously cherish through them. I think that's neat that they were able to do that. Tragedy in New Orleans, obviously, on the early morning hours of New Year's Day, so that technically happened this year. I hear a lot of people call it New Year's Eve, and a lot of people were still out celebrating on New Year's Eve, but that technically happened on New Year's Day, caused the delay of the Sugar Bowl by 24 hours. Mike Johnson was reseated. It was touch and go there for a while. He held on to his job as the House Speaker. For the first time in, 16 years, Mitch McConnell is not the Republican leader of the Senate. John Thune is now. So he's holding the gavel in the Senate with the current GOP majority. The Electoral College was completed yesterday. The vote was certified for President Trump. She had no choice as vice president, but it couldn't have been fun for VP Harris to stand up and certify an election that she lost. Al Gore had to do something similar, but it certainly can't be fun of having to say, we were the losers in that case, but the road is paved for inauguration 2 weeks from yesterday. January 1st ushered in a new era in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, a little thing we call medical marijuana. And so I don't know if the industry is spun up yet and that there's activity happening in the space, but legally it was able to become law and be available in Kentucky January 1st. But an interesting side note that I saw, and I guess if you're going to be a user of medical marijuana, you will have to figure this out, that while it became legal in Kentucky late last week, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and organizations such as the U.S. Concealed Carry Association are warning that under federal law, users will have to choose between the drug and gun ownership. So there is a federal law. The Concealed Carry Association states federal law prohibits medical marijuana users from possessing or buying firearms and ammunition, even if state law allows the drug's use. Going to be interesting to how that gets resolved. If it does get resolved, or the choices that people have to make. My guess is it's against federal law still to use marijuana. People are ignoring that law. States are ignoring that law. My guess is this one will get ignored as well. But you should at least know that you have the potential to get jammed up down the road, given a choice that you may make between those two things. But I thought it was interesting. My guess is very few people were aware or even are aware that that is the case. One of the more infamous pictures that we saw out of the ice storm earlier this week, that banged up KSP cruiser and the 57-mile marker showed you how just how dangerous it was out on our roadways. Luckily, Trooper Landon Key, he had just concluded working a collision, and his cruiser was stuck. He's going to be okay, but made national news. I was seeing that being circulated. A Litchfield man has been charged with the murder of a missing Illinois woman. 43-year-old Gregory McCrary is accused of killing 42-year-old Dwan Atwell of Illinois in May of 2021. State police and the Breckinridge County Sheriff's Office opened a death investigation in May of 2021 after deputies located a deceased female on South Highway 259 just north of McDaniels. The Bloomington, Illinois Police Department said Atwell was reported missing out of Kentucky by her family in March of 2021 and that she could possibly be in the Bloomington area. The Bloomington PD on March 29th said that Atwell had not spoken to family since December 2020. The police department further stated she is missing under unknown suspicious circumstances. McCrary was recently indicted by a Breckinridge County grand jury for murder and persistent felony offender. He is lodged in the Breckinridge County Detention Center, so I assume that's not the last that we have heard of that. It was a big holiday season for the Grayson County Cougar and Lady Cougar basketball teams. Sam, holiday tournament action, if you will, showcase action as well that you were heavily involved in. Kind of recap the holiday season for the Cougars and Lady Cougars.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, it was busy. I guess, before Christmas, the Cougar boys won the McLean County tournament at the world-famous Sports Center. So they had a big win against LaRue County, who I saw one ranking came out that's now 15th in the state. So that was a huge win for the Cougars to help them, propel them to win that tournament. The girls then played at Metcalfe County. After Christmas, the boys lost a tough game to Taylor County, finished in 5th place in the Thomas Nelson tournament, and then the girls competed in a very, very difficult Lady Invitational of the South tournament and lost to a really, really good Hutchinson, Tennessee team. It was, I think, the first time we've ever done a game against a school not from the state of Kentucky. And that team was really, really good on a Sunday afternoon down at Allen County. And then this past week, the Cougar boys lost on the road at a very good Muhlenberg County team. I mean, that's always a tough place to play. And then we did 5 games, set a new record for us. We've never done more than 4 in a day. We did 5 on Saturday. Lady Cougars got it started with a win against Hopkinsville, 61-49. I know Bree Jones had a career high in that game. Sutton Van Meter had a good one as well. And then Saturday night, it was a great game as the Cougars beat W.E.B. Du Bois, 63-60, I think is the final score of that game, if my memory is right. They were down 9 early in the fourth quarter and were able to come back and get the win.
That's the score I saw, 63-60, was in the
And
recap.
then tonight, they were supposed to go to Breckinridge County, but I just got word about 10 minutes ago that I don't think anybody's surprised. But that game has been postponed.
Prognosticated they would not. Yeah, they would not play, and they will, and they are not.
When I noticed that Breckinridge County had already canceled school for tomorrow, felt like that was a pretty good assumption.
Pretty good indicator. Yeah, not a bad prophecy there. Kentucky handed Florida their first loss of the season and got started in the SEC at 1-0. Both those teams play tonight. Florida is hosting Tennessee. Kentucky is on the road at Athens. They will face the Georgia Bulldogs, the U of L men's basketball team. Playing well. They got a win over UNC. They got a win over Virginia, and they will host Clemson tonight at the Yum Center. And for a moment, I thought that Sam, maybe he was faking having a throat, something going on, so he couldn't talk, so we would not have to talk about what happened to the Bengals. I was a big Bengals fan the other night, and then those stupid Chiefs basically didn't play anybody. They played their freshman team, and Broncos were able to catch to catch that last playoff spot. Sorry, Sam.
Yeah, no. That's what happens when you start the way that they did.
Yeah. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. We're going to talk about January, what it has in store, and your age may not be your age. We'll tell you about that and more coming up here on In the Know.
Your health care starts with Owensboro Health Primary Care in Big Clifty. Family medicine physician Dr. Kiersey Kuiper was trained by the University of Louisville in Owensboro and cares for patients 16 years and older. She's here to help when you want to stay healthy, when you're not feeling well, and when you need help managing a chronic condition. Learn more and schedule your appointment online at owensborohealth.org/BigClifty.
Gravel, crushed stone, or lime. No matter your project, Katyville Crushed Stone has the rock you need at unbeatable prices. Our new owners have over 30 years of expertise to guide you through your next project. Whether it's new construction, a driveway, barn, or farm, we've got you covered. Our customer service team is available Monday through Friday, and our delivery team Monday through Saturday for all your rock solutions. Katyville Crushed Stone. Call 270-879-0222.
I'm thrilled to announce an exciting opportunity at Performance Feeds in Caneyville. We're one of the nation's fastest growing businesses, and we're on the hunt for a dynamic manager to join our team. If you're motivated to work 50 to 55 hours a week and have great communication skills, we want you. With competitive pay and bonus opportunities, this role offers excellent earnings potential. Email your resume to khatcher@performance-feeds.com or apply in person at 508 East Maple Street.
Attention propane customers, has your existing provider been hard to reach? Have you had questions that haven't been answered or experienced long wait times or been asked to reply and send emails for customer support? Don't waste any more of your time. Southern States Co-op in Bowling Green will take your call. They will even swap out your existing tank to theirs at no charge. Southern States Bowling Green Co-op is ready to serve all your propane needs in Bowling Green and surrounding counties because empty is never an option.
Are you ready to redefine your beauty? Escape into a world of wellness with pure aesthetics and wellness. Experience relaxation and rejuvenation like never before. Amy Abels and her expert team of nurse practitioners, registered nurses, and weight wellness specialists offer a full range of services. From laser hair removal to Juvederm filler, step into a realm where beauty is inspired by you. Visit us on South English Street in Litchfield. Book your transformation at pureaesthetics.life.
Thinking about furthering your education? At Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, you'll get a high-quality education close to home at a cost that won't break the bank. Enjoy small class sizes with professors who take a personal interest in your success. Scholarships are still available, making our low tuition even more affordable. ECTC's Litchfield campus is now enrolling for classes that start January 13th. Visit elizabethtown.kctcs.edu to get started. ECTC, College for the Real World.
Tesla is reporting its first ever full-year sales drop. Michael Kastner has the story.
In a fourth quarter report on Thursday, the electric vehicle company announced full-year sales of about 1.8 million vehicles, making it the world's largest EV maker. The total sales, however, were down 1% from 2023, which is the first drop of its kind in the history of Tesla.
A federal appeals court has struck down FCC rules that kept internet service providers from charging more to deliver content. The net neutrality rules introduced during the Obama administration prevented service providers from slowing down or blocking some content or charging more to deliver it. The rules were repealed during the Trump administration, and during the Biden administration, the FCC voted along party lines to reinstate them. And NVIDIA's Jensen Huang is giving the keynote address at this year's Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. The AI chipmaker's founder and CEO will kick off the event tonight at 6:30. Huang's keynote will be live streamed on YouTube and NVIDIA's website. Tech Report, I'm Mark Mayfield.
Today is Orthodox Christmas. Many countries like East and Central Europe, countries in East and Central Europe, both Eastern Orthodox churches and Oriental Orthodox Church still use the old Julian calendar. Now, yesterday was Three Kings Day. It was also Epiphany. Actually, the conclusion of the holiday season was yesterday. The Feast of the Epiphany is always the 5th or 6th of January. It's in that range. The Epiphany was the 6th this year. Then that kicks off the Lenten season. And so it goes from 12th night, so the 12th night after Christmas was last night. That kicks off the Mardi Gras season, so that takes us to Fat Tuesday, and then Lent begins. So those things are tethered. Easter and Christmas are tethered in a sense that Christmas goes, the 12 days of Christmas actually start with the Christmas Day, it says, and goes to the 12th. It's also Bobblehead Day, something much less confusing. Sam, do you have a favorite bobblehead in your collection? Do you have a Joe Burrow bobblehead?
No, I don't have a Joe Burrow bobblehead. No. I have.
I only have one. Sorry, Sam.
Oh, no, you're fine. I don't know that I necessarily have one that comes directly to mind for that.
I think I only have one.
Yeah, which
It's Ralphie.
you have you do have a Ralphie bobblehead.
I think that's the only bobblehead I have.
We have a Norman Chafin's bobblehead.
That's
And
that's
then
yours.
we have
Why would you want that?
bobbleheads as well.
No.
Well, it was autographed. It was presented to me a long time
The,
ago.
the one that I that I want that would become my favorite is a Mr. Spirit one.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
Because do you have one?
No, I don't have.
I
one.
can't believe you never got one for the table.
I'm a nobody. I don't never run across one. I don't rank one. January, new month, and so new things to look forward to. You know, we've already been through the first 6 days of the month, but the entire month, it's Bath Safety Month, it's Blood Donor Month, Hobby Month, Hot Tea Month, Oatmeal Month, and Soup Month. I told you what today is already. Tomorrow is Bubble Bath Day. Houseplant Appreciation Day coming up on the 10th. Learn your name in Morse code on the 11th. Rubber Ducky Day on the 13th. Bagels on the 15th. Ditch your New Year's resolution day on the 17th. Winnie the Pooh on the 18th. It coincides with a birthday. Then when we get later in the month, compliments on the 24th of January. Fun at work on the 28th. Kazoos on the 28th. So have fun at work by playing kazoos on January 28th. National Puzzle Day is January 29th.
There's so many things this month that are just me.
Houseplants.
I mean, there's so many things other than the kazoo. Yeah, please keep that.
I think Alea
you
needs
might pass.
Alea needs one of those, right?
Listen, no, I think we've already gone through the recorder phase. I think. I don't know. I feel like that's over.
A lot of people are 7 days into their dieting, or they're doing something different or trying to do things a little bit better. I ran across a list yesterday that I think I still have it around here. We were going to talk about excuses for cheating on your diet, or things that you can just ignore and overlook, because a lot of people be looking for workarounds. You know, I'm dieting, but like if you eat something, the old adage, if the tree falls in the forest, doesn't make a sound, and nobody's there to see it, doesn't make a sound. If you eat something and no one sees you eat it, it doesn't count. There's no calories. So just eat in the closet.
Is that how it
and
works?
It doesn't count. I think that's how it works. Foods that have the same color have the same number of calories. So like spinach and pistachio ice cream, same colors and same calories. Things licked off knives and spoons have no calories if you're in the process of cooking. You get a little, you're making a little something, get a little bite of that, and no, that doesn't count. If you drink a diet soft drink with a candy bar, so have a Snickers and a Diet Coke, cancel each other out. It's you just heard about net neutrality during the Tech Minute. That's called calorie neutrality. Diet Coke cancels out Snickers. It's net 0 calories. And as my mother famously believes, cookie crumbs have no calories. If the cookie breaks into pieces, then the calories, they evaporate into the ether. And so you can just eat all the crumbs. That's how the cookie crumbles. And so that's a workaround for you. Sam, you seem suspect on those. Were you?
No comment, right?
All right, no comments, fine. A new study says that 70 is the new 60. And so they have done a study, Robert Butler with the Robert Butler Columbia Aging Center at the Mailman School of Public Health, highlights notable improvements in the overall health of other adults in England and around the globe compared to previous generations. I believe this, and I think it's always been evident. If you look back during Civil War times or in days of yore, back during yore, I think that especially yore around White Plains,
Yeah.
right? If you see photographs of people taken during that time, first, you were thought to be an idiot if you smiled in a photograph. The original photographs, you didn't smile. You just looked very solemn. So you looked sad automatically. But you would see these bearded, grayed, chiseled, weathered, and you'd go, who is that? Oh, that's John Smith. Really? How old is he? 32. He looks like life was hard in those times. And so we are figuring out, we have not only negated that aspect, but we've stretched it out to where even in your 70s now, you are much younger at 70 in 2024 than you were in 1970. And it's made a big difference. It's things like getting chronic conditions under control, joint replacements. They have also talked about things like sanitation, just simple things that we take for granted that are improving the quality of life. So, does that mean 45 is now 35? Does that mean 53 is 43?
I don't really want to be 17 again.
No, I don't think I would go back if I were you. But interesting. 70 is the new 60. We're living longer and longer.
Yes,
it's just
we are.
It's just the way that it's going to be. It does make me wonder when it will be. In my lifetime, sadly, I already have classmates that we're losing. And have lost a significant number of them even recently for people that have passed in their early 50s. But it does make me wonder the age, like how it kind of drifts. I'm in a weird generation from the age-wise standpoint. Like my parents, both very healthy in their 70s, thank God for that, and hopefully that remains. So they're very young 70-somethings, right, by comparison. So it just makes you wonder. It has a lot to do with how you take care of yourself as well. Here in January, when you're stuck in the house, Alea learned the term stir crazy yesterday. She also learned the term base layer yesterday. So she's still being educated even though she's out of school. So you may be getting stir crazy during this winter storm or winter weather. You've been at home for a long time, maybe anyway, because of the natural holiday break. But the vacation survey says, how often do Americans need a vacation? Research says that the average American says they need a vacation every 110 days, which makes it likely that we'll all need a schedule a vacation for our anniversary. So right around April the 21st is when you need a vacation. I don't know that they necessarily mean full-blown vacation. It might be a long weekend. It may be something.
When you think about that, though, that's like that's like on the the school calendar, though, because it's pretty much spring break.
Yeah, well, and that's probably a little late for our spring break.
Yeah, but still, you're in April, you're in spring break mode, and then 110 days later, you're taking your summer vacation, and probably about 110 days later, it's fall break, and then so it's kind of rotates on that schedule.
I kind of get that. I probably get a little antsy about every 90 days, 100 days, something like I need to do something a little bit different. Here, an Adobe Acrobat study has issued the current most favorite office slang terms, the terms you're hearing around the office most these days: circle back, ping you, I need to ping you on something, Bandwidth, locked in, and low-hanging fruit. Those are the most common office slang terms. that
Dog?
we-
Not on there?
And dog's not, it's not welcome in the, DOG is welcome in the workplace, but not in the way that I think you're intending it. Thank goodness, spitballing, we've moved on from that. Blue sky thinking, I think we can get rid of that one. Run it up the flagpole, and spitballing. Those are all ones that we've lived through and we're beyond, which is fine with me. What, are you just mad that I mentioned them and now they're
No,
part of
I go back to the days of yore when I heard spitballing about 4 times a day. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's other ways to accomplish that. And then Ohio University has issued a study that says if you want to stay smart, avoid violent films. Researchers say violent images impair your ability to think because they trigger the body's stress response. When the researchers had volunteers view either a comedy, Shrek, or a war movie, Saving Private Ryan, and then quiz them with problem-solving word tests, the Shrek group scored 40% higher than the Saving Private Ryan group.
This makes Sam so happy.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, Shrek has great life lessons like better out than in, right?
Oh, my goodness. Well, but the key to that is stay smart, right?
Stay smart.
Stay
Stay.
smart. You have to be smart
We
first.
picked
I mean,
up-
Eddie
we've been
Murphy's
watching-
is a great teacher of
Oh, yeah.
life lessons.
He's a great teacher of many things. Comedic timing being the most important thing. We've been watching Reacher on Prime Video, and it is extremely violent. And it, like, I find myself jerking, like I'm bracing or
It
like,
is
ooh, or,
rather violent.
and you say, but you watch things like that all
Oh,
the time,
yeah,
so it
I
doesn't
do.
bother you. So
I guess I'm just going to be really dumb in a few years.
you gotta maintain your problem solving skills. But go with the comedy when you can. But I watch Saving Private Ryan at least once a year, so I guess a healthy balance is okay. Gotta get to a break. We'll come back. Got more on the way. Today's Did You Know? Right around the bend. Coming up here on In the Know.
The Grayson County Health Department reminds you of the importance to get vaccinated. It's important not only to protect yourself, but your friends, family, and coworkers. The Grayson County Health Department is committed to keeping our community safe. Walk-in clinics offer both the COVID-19 and flu vaccines, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 11 and 1 to 3. Visit 124 East White Oak Street or myhealthdepartment.org. Grayson County Health Department. Together, we are better.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, give us a call at 800-961-1527. That's 800-961-1527. 800-961-1527.
Safe drivers see clearly. That's why starting January 1st, 2025, a new Kentucky law requires vision screening for anyone renewing a driver's license.
Clearly, the focus is on safer roadways.
Simply bring a completed vision screening form from your vision specialist to any driver licensing regional office, or get free vision screening at the time of renewal.
To view the details, visit drive.ky.gov.
I see what you did there.
A message from Team Kentucky and the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet.
Did you know there's money available to help you pay for trade school or college? Yep, and all you need to do is fill out the free application for federal student aid, also known as the FAFSA. Completing the FAFSA costs you nothing but time, and it can pay off big. And there are experts across Kentucky who can help. For more info, visit gearupky.org/money. That's gearupky.org/money. It's brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
If you strive for a healthy mind, body, and soul but feel overwhelmed, maybe it's time to talk with someone. Reach out to Fuller Life Counseling Partners. Whether you're seeking individual or couples counseling, family therapy, or substance abuse counseling, Fuller Life Counseling is there to help. Young or old, there are many benefits. Less anxiety and stress, better relationships, increased emotional balance, and more. Heal from within with Fuller Life Counseling in Bowling Green, Glasgow, Litchfield, and Scottsville. Or visit fullerlifecounseling.org.
K105 weather from the Wave Storm Tracking Team is brought to you by Smith Overhead Door, SOHD.info.
Twin Lakes weather. We'll keep clouds overhead for the afternoon with temperatures in the 20s for afternoon highs in most spots for tonight, falling down into the single digits in the teens across the area with more clouds overhead and some flurries flying here and there. We'll keep some clouds around for tomorrow and temperatures on the cold side. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrews.
Hi, this is Gina Leslie with Tom Baxter Real Estate, and I'm in the know. Call me after the show at 217-721-0034 and let me sell the home you've outgrown or find the home of your dreams. Now back to In the Know on K105.
Today's Did You Know brought to you by our friends at Fuller Life Counseling Partners. Maybe you're seeking a new counselor or some help, need someone to talk to in this new year. Finding a counselor can be stressful, but your friends at Fuller Life Counseling Partners are there to make it easy for whatever you need help with. By the way, if you go to fullerlifecounseling.org, there's an intake form, you got an assessment form, you got your contact information. They'll be in touch with you. Now's a great time to do that. Fuller Life Counseling Partners in Clarkson, Scottsville, Glasgow, and Bowling Green. Weekend box office. Oh, today's Did You Know? Set you up and then didn't give you the payoff. 91% of people skip the first slice of bread just because it's ugly. 91% of people skip the first slice of bread just because it's ugly.
Okay,
You're
is
talking
that
about the heel?
Or the one right behind it?
I am going to go with the one right behind it. I think the heel is its own thing.
I think so too.
I think the heel, even though it technically is a slice of bread, we don't call it one, and that's a shame. But I think the first slice of bread is the one after the heel.
I agree.
Because I think 100% of people skip the heel.
No, I mean my grandma, that was her favorite.
She wanted the heel. Okay. So we're clearly not at 100%.
Yeah.
But
that
it
was-
would be 99% or 98%.
Yeah, I mean I don't skip the first slice. I mean the first, really.
Listen, I'm not. Yeah, I may skip more than just the first.
But then it's weird that
weird.
we skip the heel too, because the heel is, I mean, it's not that much different than like a hamburger bun.
That's true. I will eat a heel if that's all that's there. I would even do 2 heels. That would be fine. But here's why I don't take the first piece. It's the fullback of the loaf of bread. It takes all the bumps, like it's the leading edge. It's blocking for the rest of the slices of
Agreed.
bread. And so it's
Agreed.
more likely to get dinged up. It might get a little pressed down.
Tastes
it
the
might
same.
Get a little scuffed up. I'm not saying it doesn't taste the same, but it was based upon pretty and ugly. And the first one is more likely to be ugly. Have you seen fullbacks? Most fullbacks are ugly. You know, they're not pretty cute little tailbacks.
My
that
next
scamper
my
around.
next door neighbor growing up was the fullback for the Cincinnati Bengals, and he was a great human being, or is a great human being. I wouldn't call him ugly.
I bet he looked like a dump truck.
He was a massive human being. There's no question about that. But
The weekend box office, Mufasa claims the top spot for 2025's first weekend. Sonic the Hedgehog at 2. Some movie that I really can't pronounce is at 3. Moana.
Is that
2
Nosferatu?
at number 4. Yes, Nosferatu. What is that, Sam?
it's a vampire horror. It's a remake of it, like a movie from I think like the 20s.
Wow.
And they've remade it, and I think it's in black and white.
I must have not gone to see it at the theater in the 20s. Wicked is at 5. Gladiator 2 down at 8th. The Fire Inside at number 10. There are some big movies coming out in 2024, and the most anticipated movies of the year, 2025, that is, We just left 2024. The first half of the year, people are looking forward to Den of Thieves 2, Pantera, Captain America, Brave New World. We saw the trailer for that last week, and it's probably not. It's clearly I'm not going to watch it, but it looks good.
But it's not made for you.
Yeah, it's not made for me. It was they played it in the before Moana 2, and so I watched it and I thought, well, that's pretty exciting. And then because this Captain America, there's a new Captain America. He's an African American. So, and I thought, okay, well, that's good to do with that role. It's kind of neat. A Minecraft movie. So Jack Black is bringing Minecraft to the screen.
How's that gonna work?
It actually was interesting. It was odd. The trailer for it was was loaded before Moana as well. It was kind of an interesting thing. Mickey 17 is coming out early in the year. In May, A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. That's Margot Robbie's first post-Barbie movie.
Is Mickey 17, is that something with Mouse?
It is not.
Oh, okay.
It's not. It's more vampire. Robert Pattinson is in the movie. No, it's not vampire, but that's anytime I think of Robert Pattinson, I think of that.
Cedric Diggory?
What was that show?
Twilight? You're thinking of Twilight.
Twilight.
Yeah, you're thinking of Twilight.
I was not Team Edward or Team whatever. I don't know. Mission
Team
Impossible
Alice.
is coming out May 23rd. The Life of Chuck on May 30th. How to Train Your Dragon is coming out June 13th. F1 with Universal's. That's going to be an F1 Formula One movie coming out June the 27th from the same people that did the Top Gun Maverick. So. Then the second half of the year, obviously, has some movies. Has one in particular that we're looking forward to. Superman comes out July 11th. The Smurfs movie, July 18th. The Naked Gun is coming out August 1. The Michael Jackson biopic is coming out October 3rd. Wicked Part 2, which we know find out is Wicked for Good. And that's coming out on November the 21st. Avatar, Fire and Ash, December 19th, and The Smashing Machine comes out late this year, but has not had a release date technically set as of yet. So,
do we know who's playing
any of
Michael
those
Jackson?
Most interesting. Yeah, I met the actor.
Jafar Jackson.
Is it his nephew?
Yes. Yes.
I know
He's
that-
Jermaine's son.
Oh, yeah.
I know Caden and Grammy are really looking forward to How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon. I think that'll be a big hit with a certain age of people. I saw where we're also. It's not this year, but there was a story in the news yesterday about Josh Gad. He is remaking. So Josh Gad from LeFou in Beauty and the Beast. Olaf in Frozen.
He's really good.
And he's in several good things, too. He went to pitch a remake of Spaceballs to Mel Brooks. And he had to explain the new Star Wars movies to Mel Brooks because obviously Star Wars is the satirical origin of Spaceballs. And so they had like a 40-minute conversation about it, and sounds like he got the green light. He got the blessing of Mel Brooks to bring Spaceballs back to the screen.
Can you do that though without barf?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time. I don't know if it's I don't know how they'll do that. Whether it's a continuation of the story or in the same way that Star Wars has explored other portions of the galaxy. They've introduced lots of new characters over the years. And throughout the serial, so they may not have to bring those same exact characters. Lord Helmet's still got to be there.
How old is he?
Rick Moranis, he's got to be 75 anyway, I guess. He's the same age as like Steve Martin and Martin Short and all those guys. So we'll see. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. More on the way. We'll finish it up for the morning here on In the Know.
When life gets tough, there's really only one thing you can do. Keep moving forward while believing something good can happen. Tennis legend Richard Norris Williams tapped into that kind of inner strength in April 1912 as a passenger on the Titanic. He remained aboard until the very end when he was forced to jump into the icy water just before the ship broke apart. By the time he was rescued, his legs were so frostbitten that doctors wanted to amputate. Richard refused. He recovered by walking every 2 hours around the clock for months. A few years later, Richard fought in World War I, surviving circumstances so dangerous that he was awarded a medal for valor. Just a few years after that, his wife, the mother of their 4 children, died at the age of 38. In every case, Richard did what we must all do when adversity grips our lives. He pushed forward in faith, believing better days lay ahead. Richard Norris Williams went on to enjoy many more years with his family and achieved great success, including entering the International Tennis Hall of Fame in 1957. In a crisis, we need strength to fight for a good outcome, even though the odds against us seem impossible. Faith is what gets us through today until tomorrow comes, and with it, new hope. For Focus on the Family, I'm Jim Daly.
Hey parents, Parent here. Not to sound old, but if I had $1 for every time someone told me how to parent, well, let's just say I wouldn't need to read this ad to you today. I'd be sitting on the beach somewhere with my feet up. Truth is, I don't trust everyone to tell me stuff. And I don't have time for that 500-page book either. But I do have time for Focus on the Family's weekly age and stage emails that have tips for intentionally raising my son at his age right now. It's super easy. Go to mykidsage.com, put in your kid's age, and get parenting advice you can trust.
I'm going to let you in on a little wireless hack that can cut your cell phone bill in half. Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile have convinced you need unlimited data. Fact is, most people don't. Pure Talk only charges $25 a month for unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigs of data plus hotspot. Stop overpaying for wireless. Dial pound 250 and say spend less, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
Indeed, the time for today. If you're a person who occasionally puts things off, are you just a procrastinator? But then if you do it like a lot at a level where you're like, it's a career, it's procrastinator. I mean, if you're still an amateur, you're just a procrastinator, kind of like you're just a little stitious, you're not superstitious. If you can deduce those things, I think you can deduce. What are you? What are you doing? Just procrastinating? Oh no, I excel at it. I'm a procrastinator. Thank you very much. On TV tonight, we have Deal or No Deal Island, the season 2 premiere. I'm shocked that made it out of season 1, frankly, but I guess people might like it. Kitchen Nightmare, season 2 premiere on Fox. Will Trent, the season 3 premiere on ABC, and the season 7 premiere of The Rookie on ABC. Today's highlight in history, this date in 2015, masked gunmen stormed the Paris offices of Charlie Hebdo, a French newspaper that had circulated a caricature of the Prophet Muhammad. In 1610, Galileo observed 4 of Jupiter's moons for the first time. Birthdays today, pretty healthy list of birthdays. Kenny Loggins is 77, David Caruso is 69, Katie Couric is 68, John Thune, Senate Majority Leader, currently is 64. Rand Paul, Senator from Kentucky, is 62. Nicolas Cage is 61. Jeremy Renner is 54. John Rich is 51. Lewis Hamilton is 40, speaking of F1. Lamar Jackson is 28 today. And Blue Ivy Carter is 13. And she's tall. I don't know if you all saw her in the halftime show on Christmas Day, but my goodness, she's as tall as her mother now. And anyway, was in the show. Gone but not forgotten, Jacques Montgolfier, the co-inventor of the hot air balloon in 1745. Millard Fillmore in 1800. Estee Lauder in 1908.
Whoa.
And Paul Revere, the second famous Paul Revere, born this date in 1938. The musical guy, not the real.
So where did A.A. Milne fall in?
It's later in the month when it's Winnie the Pooh Day. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
the 22nd or something.
okay.
That's when it's his birthday. Chart toppers for today. 1955. The Chordettes are number one with Mr. Sandman.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen.
Now, when I was a kid, that song came back somehow as a hit. And it was not just in how you know it. It was somehow it became more popular. I know that song better than I should. I don't know it from 1955. 1964, The Kingsmen number one with Louie Louie.
Good pep band song.
That is a good one.
Not one that I hear very often anymore, though.
No, it's kind of gone the way of the dodo bird. You got to have an older band director, and most of them are, you got young people now that are doing, that are leading bands. Maybe we can bring it back. I think this would be a good pep band song.
Yeah.
Superstitious by Stevie Wonder. Good horns in this song already. See, you can hear it. See, you can.
Yeah.
Let's Groove, Earth, Wind, and Fire, number one, this date in 1982. All right, so it's odd. We kind of jump about 10 years at a time with our chart topper. So we start a year, we kind of go 9-10 years out from that. This is an odd leap. We go from this in 1982. All right, now it sounds like we would have had to go through a lot more time to get to here. So these songs are just 9 years apart. This is 1991, Suzanne Vega with DNA and Tom's Diner. Right? I would have thought those songs were
interesting.
This song seems newer to me than 1991. Although I lived through it when it was a hit. It was hard to escape.
Oh, yeah.
Savage Garden, I Knew I Loved You, number one, 25 years ago today.
Goodness.
Y'all realize the year 2000 was 25 years ago? All right, let's go to 2009, a very important year. Let's go.
It's my dilemma.
T.I.
What you need to do is be thankful for the life you got.
And
you know what I'm
Rihanna.
saying? Stop looking at what you ain't got. Start being thankful for what you do got.
That's right, T.I. You tell him. And let's go to 2018. So 7 years ago to now. Ed Sheeran, number one, with The Perfect. Shout out to Yukon Cornelius, his favorite artist.
It's definitely been quieter around here without him.
That's true. I don't know if it's that sleep in heavenly peace we hear about or what. All right, MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. You ready for the first Pearl of Wisdom for 2025? I mean, I gave you the first Did You Know? I gave you... Here's the first Pearl of Wisdom for 2025. Perfection is boring. Getting better is where all the fun is. Perfection is boring. Getting better is where all the fun is. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know, and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for another edition of our show. For Sam Gormley, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix is WKHG, Litchfield. The Twin